Alright, we're doing this. I'm not getting many requests, and I can't be bothered hunting, so I'm just going to start sifting through all the voluntary victims from this video, whatever it is, the reasonable questions for anti-SCWs. One at a time, I'm going to visit their channels, pull out a video, and give a slightly more in-depth answer to a slightly more in-depth question or proposition in order of appearance. Unless their channels disappear between now and then. We've already lost Phil Moriarty. It turns out the only credible things we have to say are the threats. So Phil's gone to a place where he has the academic freedom to make everyone believe that. So minus Phil and the two I already did, we've got the janitor, H-Bomber Guy, Demotivator Opinion, Tom Avella, Christy Winters, Curiosity, and Ranting Feminist. The list is a lot more diverse now that we've got rid of three of the fucking white males. Alright, we'll start at the top, I suppose. The Janitor. Let's have a look at your top videos. Aha! What's the first thing I've noticed here, folks? Which of these thumbnails is the first to catch my eye? It's this here. You're not a nice guy. Yeah, and the video title is the same but with a couple of weasel words thrown in. Apparently 500,000 people felt like hearing what you have to say here. Alright, click successfully baited, sir. In we go.
Okay, people always use the term nice guy, like casually, as if everyone understands what that means when people say nice guy. But I'm not sure about that, so I'm going to define nice guy.
Well, I suppose for the purposes of this polemic, I'll be playing the part of lots of people. Let's see if maybe the lots of people were right and you were wrong. Alright, I'm going to stop doing this now, if you will.
Or more accurately, I'm going to tell you what a nice guy is not, because I think a lot of people get confused.
Cool, so it wasn't just a clickbaity thumbnail or title. You are, in fact, arbitrating language for other people to use. But we're yet to quite determine what the motivation is for your arbitration there. Well, there's an interesting history behind the word nice. In Middle English, it meant sort of stupid. But stupid in a sort of benign, unmalicious way, like dull, or fatuous, or foolish, or simple, or innocent, or unassuming, that sort of thing. And its definition, as we know, did evolve. But not much. The only thing about it that changed was that it used to be a broadly negative or neutral attribute, and now it's a broadly positive or neutral attribute. Now, you might say that's a significant evolutionary change indeed, to go from negative to positive, but not really. It changed from a low negative to a low positive. It is, if the words brilliant and excellent and stupendous have positive scores of, say, 90-something, and the words despicable and fuck-shaped and colon prolapsing have negative scores of 90-something, then the word nice evolved from -1 to 1. And the word with which we are left is famously one of the most wishy-washy words in the English language. It describes anything without describing anything. The sound of a song can be nice. The taste of a dish can be nice. The palette of a work of art can be nice. And indeed, even the character of a person. They can all be called nice without actually articulating a darn thing. It's like saying it's good. It sounds like a slightly more emotionally thoughtful way of saying it's good, but it isn't. It generally reads as not even good. I can't commit to calling it good. It's not bad, and it would be sort of rude and robotic of me to call it average. So I'll go with nice. It's scarcely possible for a word to express less detail than nice. And for the sake of argument, we'll say that the word great has a positive score of 80. The word good has a positive score of 40, and nice has a positive score of 1. So when a man says, I am a great man, he can expect at least a couple of hands going up, saying, oh yeah, what have you done? When a man says, I am a good man, still quite an unusual thing for a man to say, but should he say it, I think the general response would be, yeah, all right. I mean, you would say that, even if you're an average man, but at the same time, you do get to say it, even if you're average. I think we can grant a man the right to feel like it's all worth it, even if he's been a scoundrel from time to time. But, Mr. Janitor, am I to get this right? If a man were to say to you, I think I'm a nice guy, then you, in your immeasurable wisdom, would say to him, no, you're not even that. You may not have 1 point, sir. All I know about you is that you describe yourself with a bland and toothless word, and you can't even bring yourself to say you're a good man. But that's still too much! That's still an obscene level of overconfidence that I'm just not going to stand for. Oh, arbiter of redemption. Your best kind of arbiter.
A lot of people seem to think that there's only 2 types of guys. Nice guys and assholes.
Or good people and racists.
And I don't really think that's the case, or at least if it is the case, I would say that the vast majority of guys are assholes. Especially the ones that go around claiming to be nice guys.
That was a lot to take in, friend. Right, so, in the event of an excluded middle ground, then men on the whole are assholes. Especially if they say they're not. But it's okay because you're not necessarily excluding the middle. But the problem is, if this discussion between you and I ever comes down to one of us is racist and the other one is not racist, then given that we're both men, we must both be racist. Especially if we say we're not. And if it ever seems to come down to a dichotomy where one of us is sexist and the other is not, then we must both be sexist. Especially if we protest otherwise. It's men are N, especially if they say they're not, where N is anything broadly related to asshole. But it's all dependent on the excluded middle, so it's all out of play. But that means you can't exclude the middle in this play at any point in this conversation. It can't just come down to X is N and Y is not N. Otherwise, we're both fucked and it's just an argument between 2 assholes and there's no point in having it. So we're going to have to try and get through this without any unfounded moral assumptions that one of us is hateful and the other is not. Can you do that for me? I'll try and do the same for you, Mr. Janitor, but I did say unfounded. The thing you just said about men is very difficult for me to ignore. It shows a clear bias towards men being assholes in general. And I would advise you, before you go saying something like that about men, first of all, would you say the same thing about women? And get away with it. And secondly, would you say it specifically and exclusively about your own race of men? Would you say, in the event of an excluded middle, the vast majority of women and black men are assholes, especially if they're not? Moreover, would you get away with it? And if not, then we've already learned a thing or two about how female privilege and black privilege work. I know at this point it sounds like I'm the social justice warrior, but I only bring this up because of your preceding reputation, sir.
Being nice does not mean being passive and letting people walk all over you, or putting everyone before yourself, or not going for what you want in life. That just makes you a doormat and a wimp.
Or a pussy, if you like. And you do like, because that's what you subtitled this section. Nice guys aren't pussies. It's short for pusillanimous, by the way. That's what we mean when we call you a pussy. You're being pusillanimous. You're being timid and meek, weak, and a doormat, in your own words. Incidentally, those of you who've been trying to deflect this charge by pretending we just mean vagina when we say that, all you're doing is throwing women under the victim bus there. Just saying. Like if I told you you're being a pussy, then all you could say in your defense was, "Stop hating on cats." I'd be like, "I'm very obviously not. Sort your problems out, bro. Stop taking it out on miscellaneous synonyms and victim voodoo dolls. Pussy doesn't mean vagina. It doesn't mean cat. It means person of pusillanimous character." That's a neat little play, by the way. Awful lot of fun to use on AIDS pigs.
Contrary to popular belief, being assertive is not the same as being an asshole. Being cocky isn't even the same as being an asshole. Yeah, you can be a cocky nice guy. I think I'm like that sometimes, actually.
So you think you're a nice guy? Even when you're being cocky, you remain convinced that you're still a nice guy. Okay, we better really make sure we don't exclude the middle, because that would land you squarely on definitely an asshole.
The vast majority of guys are assholes, especially the ones that go around claiming to be nice guys. Yeah, you can be a cocky nice guy. I think I'm like that sometimes, actually. Guys are assholes, especially the ones that go around claiming to be nice guys. I think I'm a nice guy sometimes, actually.
Sometimes you choose the poop. Sometimes the poop just chooses you.
Yeah, you can be a Nazi kike. You can be a Nazi kike. You can be a Nazi kike. I think I'm like that sometimes. You can be a cocky Nazi cock knock dick kike. Yeah, you can be a cocky Nazi cock knock dick kike. You can be an asshole. Yeah, you can be a bitch. You can be a nice guy. Nice guy. Nice guy.
Beta mangina cock faggot. Beta mangina cock faggot. Beta mangina cock faggot.
Bitch. Yeah, you can be a cocky Nazi cock knock dick kike. Yeah, you can be a cocky Nazi cock knock dick kike. Yeah, you can be a cocky Nazi cock knock dick bitch. Yeah, you can be a cocky Nazi.
That's rather offensive.
Alright, that's enough of that.
In fact, sometime in your duty as a nice guy.
My duty as a nice guy? I wasn't aware it came with duties. All I did was say I am a nice guy for the sake of the hypothesis. I didn't realise I was thereby recruiting myself into a branch of the armed forces.
It's like, fuck you. Who are you? What makes you think that makes sense?
Go on then, what are my duties?
Sometime in your duty as a nice guy, you will be required to take a stand for what is right, or just for what you want out of life. And you're not going to get anywhere if you're just a little bitch all the time.
Okay, so if you think you're nice, then you're not nice. But you still have to act like an authentic nice guy and don't be nice. You're not being helpful, friend. I think you're just relishing in the opportunity to confuse the fuck out of already confused people. I could see this becoming a theme.
Being nice does not mean you have to avoid confrontation.
Yes, it does. If that's what I mean by nice.
You get to have opinions too.
Cool, then stop telling me what nice means. Given that it's the most wishy-washy word in the English language. It's the most open to opinionated interpretation thing in the whole you are oh my god.
It's like, fuck you. Who are you? What makes you think that makes sense. Sometimes I hear guys say things about these girls that they're in love with. She's just so perfect. I could just like sit there and listen to her talk. No, dude, she's not perfect. She's a person. She needs support. She needs your opinions. And unless she's as fucked up as you are, she does not need to be worshipped.
Oh, wow, dude. All I said was I think I'm a nice guy. Not I want to be worshipped. If I was sat here saying I'm a genius, I'm a god, I'm better than all of you, then okay, you could perhaps glean from that I'm a bit up myself. But all a guy has to say is I'm nice. And that means you need to knock him down a god-sized peg or two. Is this the kind of relationship advice you give to your friends? if a mate of yours says, she's the one for me, janitor. I'm going to ask her to marry me. She's perfect. And your response is, what, do you think you're Jesus or something? What makes you so selfish that you love others unconditionally? You are a massive douche, sir.
You don't have to let her win everything and dominate everything and control every conversation. You don't have to give her everything you think she wants. Unless
you are married to her. In which case you are indeed legally obliged to do everything she says. Or it's no fault divorce for you. Say goodbye to everything you've ever worked for, including your children. That would be good advice, Mr. Janitor. Good advice for anyone. And exceptionally good advice for nice guys. Because they're the ones that get eaten last, to put it in Cthulhuan terms. Yeah, you know, by all means, folks, guys, court the ladies if you like. Bed the ladies if you like. To even worship the ladies if you absolutely must. But for the love of Uranus's anus, do not marry them. That advice doesn't appear in your video. Just this ping-pong game you're playing with yourself. Stop being nice guys. You're not really nice guys. Nice guys are too nice. Nice guys aren't nice at all. They're assholes. Nice guys are too selfless. Nice guys are selfish. Like, again, you don't seem to be making any effort to offer consistent guidance to anyone. You're just taking this opportunity to push the weak around.
If you're only being nice in order to get someone to like you, first off, bad strategy.
Really? Being nice doesn't make people like you. That's because No, that doesn't require further explanation. Let's just stick this unsightly pin of counterintuition into the wall and then move the fuck on.
Second of all, not actually being nice. Actually, that's kind of a dick thing to do.
Okay, this is actually sort of revelatory, dude. I wish you'd spent more time going over how the fuck this works. See, I thought being nice to people in the hope that they'll be nice to you was actually how we held society together. I thought those were the basic building blocks of, like, empathy, the golden rule, and so on. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But apparently, not only is that bullshit, it also makes you a dick. Now, I would point out here that this is starting to sound like the new Gnosticism, the new Kantian ideology, where God is evil and Satan is good and being nice is a dick and being a dick is being nice. But that would only be the case if this were a consistent principle of yours. But so far, I've only heard your reaction to men who claim they're nice. And your reaction is you're not nice. You just think you're nice, but actually you're a dick. But until I hear you give the exact same advice to women who think they're nice, until you also start telling women that they're selfish for loving other people, I'm going to go ahead and chalk this up to that Oort cloud-sized double standard I keep hearing when it comes to gender.
Either you want to be friends with the girl or you want to be more than friends with the girl. And if you want to be more than friends with the girl and you don't act like you want to be more than friends with the girl, she's going to friend zone you. And if she friend zones you, obviously that means that she thinks that you're her friend, which you're obviously not, because you don't want to be her friend. You want to be more than friends.
I can be a friend and more than a friend at the same time. Like, I can be a family member and a friend at the same time. I can be a friend and want to be more than a friend, but never act on it. I can be friendly to someone I don't fancy. And so can everyone else. But none of this shit is relevant, you see, janitor, because all I said was I think I'm a nice guy.
So basically what you're doing right now is you're being really fake, and that's not very cool.
Am I? Shit, how do I not be fake? Stop pretending I'm nice. Okay. Hey, is there any chance I'm genuinely nice? Regardless of who I may or may not be attracted to. Do nice guys actually exist in your worldview? Or are they all fake, selfish assholes who just haven't come to terms with it yet? With one notable exception. Am I right? So you are cocky and assertive, but you're still nice. All those other men are pretending to be nice, but really they're just cocks. Got it.
See, there's this myth that nice guys get put in the friend zone simply for being nice, but that's not the case. Friends get put in friend zone because they're being very friendly.
In what way are friendly and nice not synonymous? I'm not saying they overlap completely. I'm asking a genuine question. Different positive scores, obviously, but what are the properties of a person who is friendly but not nice? Or nice but not friendly? These are viable questions, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, do you? You're just dicking about with words so you can find a million ways of saying there is no such thing as a nice guy. Except me.
Look, dude, the world doesn't owe you shit for being nice, and girls certainly don't either.
And yet somehow the world owes you shit for being black. Why should we reward people for being nice? We're far too busy rewarding people for being genetically correct.
You're supposed to be nice to people. You don't get a cookie for doing stuff that you should be doing anyway.
Actually, if I'm nice enough to give blood, then I do get a cookie. But that's by the by. Back on the subject of the last thing I said, if I don't get a cookie for being a generally decent person, then you don't get a free safe space just for being a racist asshole. How the fuck is that?
These nice guys, they want everyone to pity them. They want girls to just be like, oh, that guy is just so friendly and that makes me want to fuck him. I think we should all know by now that that's not how it works, right?
No, sir. No, women choose assholes over nice guys most of the time. And of course, this is not a problem. And men need to fix it.
So look, just let me get this straight. Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, you're saying that...
Who are you talking to? You're doing this like you're having an argument with someone. And I think you might be strawmanning your imaginary friend there. But it's hard to tell because he's in your imagination. But you're not... This isn't even a response video you're doing. The people you're addressing are guys who think they're nice. This is your stock response to any man who utters the phrase, I am nice.
So look, just let me get this straight. Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, you're saying that if you made the world, if it was your perfect world, women would just fall at your feet for no other reason than you're relatively cordial.
You childish, dick-brained, fuck-neck piece of shit. What in cunt's name are you playing at? I am nice. 3 easy, simple, common words. I am nice. When a woman says those 3 words to you, you go, okay, I'll take your word for it. You probably are nice. You seem nice. But when a man says, I am nice, that translates in your head as I am God's gift to women and everyone should worship me. What in the steamrolling fuck is your problem, you prick?
Or maybe you're even like super nice. You like shower her with gifts. You just always there for her. And you're like, why doesn't she like me now?
Okay, we're far off the beaten track now. Now you're just They're pulling your pants down and taking a great snaking shit on every man who's ever loved a woman. I was dead right about you. I was accidentally dead right about you. No wonder you like social justice. No wonder you like Black Lives Matter. You are a shameless fucking bully. Not so much as a wispy layer of empathy crosses your path when a man says to you, I'm really nice to people. Why aren't they nice to me in return? Why is it the nicer I am to people, the less nice they are to me? That's a good question. That is a very pressing question to which everyone deserves an answer. And if a woman asked you that question, you'd say, because sometimes people are assholes and they oppress you. But if a man asks you that question, all you can say is because you're an asshole. Wow, little boy thinks he deserves reciprocal decency from other people. Stop being so selfish. Women are under no obligation to treat you like a fellow human being, but don't you dare treat them like perfect goddesses who are above you, because that just makes you an asshole. How the fuck do you interact with people? How the fuck do you put your shoes on? How do you successfully walk through a door without hitting your head on the hole?
Dude, this is not a fucking transaction where you walk to the cashier and pull out your nice bucks and buy sex and romance.
Fucking hell, dude! Alright then, I'm not a nice guy. Are you fucking happy? I'm not a nice guy. I'm not a pleasant person, or a decent person, or a friendly person. I am a sex-crazed, slobbering beast, and I only pretend to have an agreeable bone in my body on the off chance that I'll get my dick wet one day. Is that what you want to hear? Is that the only thing you can hear?
Dude, snap out of it, dude. That's a person. That's a fucking human being we're talking about. It's not a piece of meat on the plate. That is not a blue ribbon at the fair. That is a person with her own goals and her own opinions and her own desires. She doesn't owe you anything.
You just spent 3 fucking minutes telling men they're mindless animals with no free will or conscience of their own who are incapable of being genuinely nice. Where in the molten fuck do you get off lecturing anyone about treating other people like human beings? You are a fucking slug. It's not enough that you're a colossal moron who thinks he's smarter than everyone. You're even a morally bankrupt tormentor of the weak, and you think you're morally better than everyone. You know, I've genuinely never said this on my channel, but kill yourself. 500,000 people have watched this video of yours. Most of them are probably men. That means there's a statistically high probability that this video has caused or contributed to at least one suicide. Why wouldn't it? There are guys out there who have nothing. No job, no house, no love interest, no friends, no future, no money, nothing. The only thing they have going for them is that they can hold their hand to their heart and say, at least I'm a decent person. At least I'm nice. And then they surf on into your video and discover that even this was wrong. That when they think they're being nice, they are in fact being selfish bastards. And they probably thanked you for it. The last thing they did before they topped themselves was give your video a like.
The trait that all 4 of these guys have in common is insecurity. They're all doing things for the sole purpose of getting people to like them or getting people to love them, which is not why you do stuff.
That's not why you do stuff. Most people are nice to each other because they believe in the principle that what goes around comes around. You, on the other hand, are a complete dick to men because you want them to suffer. Because you are a nasty, thoughtless bully who wants all the women to himself. And it probably works so far. Because women fucking love assholes like you.
They either come on too strong or they don't come on at all. They make other people responsible for their happiness.
They claim to be nice people. That is all anyone has done to piss you off. And you have projected layer after layer of undesirable and nefarious intentions onto the act of identifying as nice. But only when men do it. I don't know who your vicariously shitting on here. Maybe your friends are assholes. That would make sense. And you're just yelling at them through the proxy of your camera. Maybe you've got a little brother whose confidence has been suffocated from a young age due to early onset exposure to you. And you're just repeating what you tell him on a regular basis. You're a little bitch. You're not here to be happy. You're here to make other people happy. Shut the fuck up. And that's none of my business. That is, it wasn't until you decided to take that message and apply it to every male on Earth who has ever dared to breathe a word of the heresy that men can be nice.
And if they do end up in relationships, they're usually what I like to call crack relationships, where one person is the user and the other person is the drug. I hope you can tell by the metaphor I use that that's not a good thing.
I bet you consider that abusive to the drug. Don't you? You do, don't you? You've turned the drug into the victim rather than the human being. It's just like that. All you pussy-whipped men should feel ashamed of yourselves for being helplessly devoted to women in a way they might not appreciate. Any sane person, any person with a thread of a conscience, will say to a crack addict, you should stop abusing crack. Crack is bad for you. But all you can say is you should stop abusing crack. You are bad for crack. Dear men, you do not have to listen to people who see you as a lower life form than a rock of crack. This man will stand over your dying, emaciated body and call you a selfish, insecure victimizer for having the nerve to die, for having the temerity to leave a stinking corpse fouling up the planet for the poor, nice, perfect women to clean up. You are foul, sir. You are a merciless torturer of the already dead and dying. You are the psycho child who plays with the twitching remains of small mammals and calls them his friends. You are the bloated, syphilitic dictator of a lawless banana republic who rapes all the virgins in his kingdom and then calls everyone whores for not being virgins. May you have screaming fits of waking nightmares every day, which might illustrate to you some fraction of the stain you left on the world with your hatred. Yes, I'm calling it hatred. I know we made that deal earlier on, but this is fucking ridiculous. If you shit on people for being nice, then you hate those people. I don't know what else you would call that. I don't know what else would do that.
I think it's true that assholes often get girls, but I don't think it's true that girls who say they want nice guys intentionally date assholes. That doesn't really make any sense if you think about it.
Well, of course not. I mean, girls intentionally date you. Right? And you're not an asshole. You're a nice guy. You're the one man who can call himself nice and actually be nice. And you're the one and only nice guy who girls like. How fucking extraordinary.
That would be like if I said, I think I want some ice cream, and I went and bought an apple instead.
Or saying you want something healthy, but then instead eating something unhealthy. Which happens all the fucking time. I was going to eat an apple, but I had ice cream instead. Men and women alike frequently find themselves in this very situation. You manage to pretend it's absurd nonsense that would never happen because you swapped them around and you fucked the analogy. Your analogy compared nice guys with ice cream and assholes with apples. Do you think that's the right way around? Assholes are healthy and nice guys rot your teeth. Do you think that makes sense? Nothing makes sense to you, you fucking loon. You live in this upside-down world of Gnostic fuckery, where shit is only what it is until it suits you better for it to be the opposite of what it is. Just worthless. Fucking waste of hair and flesh. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Chop yourself up into the choicest cuts and feed yourself to the poor. See if you can cause someone to stay alive. Because I guarantee you all you've done with your life so far is cause people to kill themselves.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Girls are irrational. Fuck off.
Oh! Oh! The vast majority of guys are assholes, but saying girls are irrational is a fuck you situation. Because a girl would never choose ice cream over an apple. And a girl would never choose a man who hates other men. I mean, what's in it for her? And a man would never just be nice.
See, what's really happening here is when a girl says she wants a nice guy, she's not talking about you. She's talking about a fun, confident, honest, kind guy with a sense of humor.
You mean a nice guy? Here we are. This was all pointless throat-clearing babble, adorning the fundamental message, which is, you are only a nice guy if I say so. Your actions are irrelevant, your words are irrelevant, your personality and fate are to be decided by me and my fucking whims. And what do you know? According to my whims, no man is nice except me. What a fucking turn up for the books. Who the fuck knew? You are a fucking assboil. You useless dick. I cannot believe you exist. Go away.
You're just an insecure drama queen. That's not sexy.
Bear in mind, when I hurl these insults, I am insulting you and only you, because of the things you are actually saying. You are hurling your insults at every man. Every man who's ever entertained the thought that he might be nice. Which is every man. Fuck you.
I read an article recently that differentiated between the word nice and the word kind. And that's kind of contrived, but maybe we need to do something like that because you fuckers have tarnished the term nice guy so much that people use it as a slur now.
Okay. Well, we'd better stick to calling you guys spooks, because you've absolutely ruined the good reputation of the word nigger. That's what you just did. That's what you just said. It's your fault that we call you a slur. That's what just happened. Everything you've said here is horrendous. But it's not an unfamiliar habit, though. There are people on both sides of the debate. There are even, there's people on the anti-SJW side who will do this as well. They'll stand there poking you, jibing you, tormenting you, going, loser, idiot, scum, bigot. You think Saudi men are enslaved as well? Wrong! Wrongington, wrong thinker, herder. You think third world men have problems too? Wanker, moron, degenerate, cock, whatever. You're just like feminists because you want women worse with us. Herb. Poke, 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 dick, 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 loser, loser, scum. And you can be sat there, stone-faced the whole time, just not moving a muscle. But the moment one of your eyebrows twitches and you say, can you not do that, please? They flip straight into, oh, wow, stop pouting. Wow, poor me. Oh, poor little baby, everyone's picking on me. Wow, I'm such a victim. Yeah, they'll mercilessly torment you, and then they'll mock you for feeling tormented in their imagination. Because some people are cocks. Not all people, not even most people, and not most men. Just twats. Contemptuous little elastic Napoleons who've only ever been one small echo chamber away from being thoroughly unpleasant people. So, you're by no means alone, sir. Selfish dickheads seldom are alone. Selfish dickheads have this ability to attract suckers into their lives for just long enough to suck out all their patience and move on to another host. And you, sir, without a shadow of a doubt, are one of those people. And such people are not, under any circumstances, to be confused with nice people. Nice people get a minimum score of 1. You, sir, have a maximum score of -100. You are the death of 100 nice people. And that's a conservative estimate.
Here's what a nice guy is.
May I throw my 2 hats in? A nice guy is someone who can, at the very least, let other men call themselves nice. Let other men give themselves a minimum score of 1 out of 100. Without your step-by-step permission to be a real man. I cannot fucking believe you had the gall to lecture anyone else about a public and ongoing anti-bullying stance. You had the sheer fucking dinosaur balls to talk about this shit.
Are you willing to publicly acknowledge and admonish the massive amount of hatred, bullying, harassment, and intimidation that a lot of your fans infringe upon people?
While in the meantime you had this video sticking out your own shit and into the eyeballs of 500,000 people and counting. You're telling other people to keep a sign on their lawn saying don't bully. Well, you have a sign in your own goddamn yard saying fuck nice guys. How fucking obvious does it have to be before it occurs to you that you are the bully? Silly me, of course. You're a nice guy.
A nice guy is a confident person that values generosity and compassion.
A nice guy does what I say.
A nice guy does not feel entitled to a reward for his good deed.
A nice guy does what I say and does it for nothing.
Nice guys speak for themselves, and while they do offer to support people when they need it, they don't try to fix broken people.
A nice guy doesn't do shit unless I say so.
And girls do like nice guys, just real ones.
Thank you for the opportunity to say this one more glorious time. Sir, I do not give a micron of a crap what you call a real man. What you call a real nice guy. You do not get to define my reality. I do. I will do my own thing. I will do it for reward. And I will fix the shit you have broken. With heartiest compliments from the chef. Please enjoy a 16-ounce fuck you. A tall, refreshing glass of suck my dick. Dry.
Or whatever, what do I know? Holla.
Don't kill yourself. I never really meant it. I was saying it for effect. Just remove this video. That I'm serious about. Don't let people watch this video and take in what you're saying and agree with it. Because this video is exactly what you would do if your explicit goal was to send as many clinically depressive people as possible over the edge. That might not be your intention, but I don't care what your intentions are. I don't even know if you had it. You're probably just an airhead for life. But the effects and consequences of what you're saying are dangerous and hideous. You are a grossly negligent excuse for a moral thinker, and frankly a poor excuse for a human being. But you're still a human being. If I pricked you, you would bleed. If you got addicted to crack, you would be the victim, not the crack. It's just my bag, baby. That's what I believe. I'm not hating on crack or anything. I'm just saying it's not my favourite carbon-based object. That would be human beings. As a matter of fact, I find human beings to be the nicest things on earth. But some of them have very fucking ugly ideas in their heads. You know what? You're probably even a nice guy. At least, the guy part of you is very nice. The two-faced troll demon you have in your head, not so much. Okay, alright, can't be done. We're so done. I can't believe this went on for so long. That was much more painful than I expected. I don't fuck. There's many more to do. Maybe I'll be a little bit more chilled out on the next one. Hang on, who is the next one? H-Bomber guy. I'm gonna need some happy pills. Good, right, fuck, bye.